event that they are doing today. Chase, are they power or squat?
These are squat cleans, Sean. Squat cleans, as Elizabeth should be and always has been. But we're adding 2 extra sets of 9 on the back end, as if Elizabeth couldn't be hard enough. Here we are.
Third of 4 heats. Cara Saunders is in lane number 3, and if anyone out here can move a barbell quickly, it's Cara.
If anybody needs a date with the barbell, it's Cara Saunders, because she has always done so well with either heavy barbell or high volume cycling, in cleans especially. If you think back to the clean ladder back in the day, the 10-2 we saw at the CrossFit Games absolutely destroyed that. And Gabby Magawa, one of those athletes that has been in discussion for a top 5 potential, maybe even a podium position. She's going to have a good performance here if she want to make herself back in the final heat going to start day number 2 tomorrow.
Stand by.
Third of 4 heats has begun. 10:42.9, 6 seconds is the time from Emma McQuaid. That is currently the top mark.
All athletes opting for touch and go, and I think as we make our way through these later heats, Sean, a lot of times the only speed is go, and I think Elizabeth Elevated is going to turn into that.
There is Cara Saunders, one of the veterans in this heat. Saunders, first debuted at the games in 2012. Both she and Turi Helgadottir was also in this heat, competed in 2012. Brooke Wells, she's down in lane number 10. And we mentioned last year and how that ended for her here on the competition floor with that injury. And now for the first time since that injury, back out here inside the Coliseum.
And the question is, what expectations do we have for her? What expectations does she have for herself?
Cara Saunders and Gabby Magawa, the first 2 done. Matilda Garns is in 3rd. Paige Zamenza is in 4th. There's Saunders right to work along with Magawa.
A lot of times you talk about efficiency in your movement, and whether that's with a barbell, an odd object, handstand walks, it plays into this as well. Efficiency on the traverse, efficiency on the dip, as Gabby Magawa is all over the place on those dips, and a lot of that is she could have got across too fast. Her momentum swings her through, but if you are not efficient in this, you're going to waste a lot of time and a lot of energy, as you can kind of see that just being presented right in front of us with Gabby Magawa on these traverses.
Cara Saunders continues to lead. She's through 35 of the 126 scored repetitions. Let's bring in Nikki Brazier down on the competition floor.
I'm noticing that in these early rounds, it takes a minute for these athletes to sort of get the rhythm of these parallel bars, because they're posted up on the left and the right sides of it. The middle tends to bend just a little bit, and that give in the very beginning in these first few rounds is causing some of these athletes to just slip up a little bit. They don't yet understand exactly where their body is going to go on that bend, so it takes a few rounds for them to get used to it, to get used to that rhythm.
Cara Saunders is now onto the barbell for her set of 15. Elisa Fuliano and Rebecca Fuselier are right behind her. Now Brooke Wells has moved into 4th.
Sean, another reason why they may need a couple sets to get comfortable is that these are not in the warm-up area. This is the first time they're really getting their hands on this piece of equipment for these traverses and dips off the parallel bar. In fact, most of these athletes, as crazy as it sounds, probably have more familiarity with the parallel bars inverted and walking across them than they do in that support position and doing dips.
There's Elisa Fuliano, who currently sits in 2nd place. She's out of Italy, making her first career appearance here at the CrossFit Games. About 8 months ago, she was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. And when she got that diagnosis, she figured that I do not have a lot of time to make the CrossFit Games. I need to make this happen now, and here she is. Cara Saunders, meanwhile, back to the parallel bars for her set of 15. Trying to take down Emma McQuaid's top time of 10:42.96 seconds. Saunders with 7 career event wins here at the CrossFit Games. The last one came in 2018 when she won bi-couplet 1. 2015 was the year that she that should be 2017, pardon me. 2017 is the year she finished second. That was only 2 points back of Tia Toomey, the closest finish that we have ever seen at the CrossFit Games. Saunders continues to lead here in heat number 3. More than halfway done. 72 reps of the 126 total down for her. Lisa Fuliano sits in second. It's Paige Semenza now who is moving to third ahead of Brooke Wells.
Cara still doing unbroken sets as we move from 21-15 to 9. Have to go from set to 7, 5, and 3. What's going to be good for Cara, no problem with the barbell. It's just the traverse and the dips themselves that may be slowing her down a little bit. But now that we're doing sets of 3, it's a massive difference from 5 and 7. So you may see her speed up a little bit towards the tail end of this event.
There is Paige Semenza, who currently sits in third place in this heat. Her third appearance as an individual. She did also compete in 2017 on a team. Former hockey player for Ohio State. Tied for the team leader senior season with 13 goals and had 7 multiple point games and a hat trick versus North Dakota that year.
6 minutes in, athletes, you are halfway to time pass.
Semenza trying to creep up on Lisa Fuliano for second place in this heat. Brooke Wells is back and forth, and Carolyn Prevost now sits in 5th place as we are past the halfway point. This event, 12-minute time cap here. Wild Protein Chips, the official protein chip of the Noble CrossFit Games. You can order online or find them nationwide at Whole Foods, Sprouts, and select Target locations. They're also available regionally at Costco, H-E-B, Wegmans, Giant, select Albertsons, Safeway locations, and King Soopers. Cara Saunders back to the barbell
that top time of 10:42
for her second set of 9 reps. She's on the upper right-hand part of your screen, now in the middle. 92 of the 100, now 93 of the 126 repetitions are in the bag. Lisa Fuliano and Paige Semenza still fighting for second, with Brooke Wells in 4th place right now.
3, here we go, right here.
Cara looks nice and relaxed. Technique really hasn't changed at all since the first set of 21. And that's just a good sign of a great mover.
Back to the parallel bars for Cara Saunders. Another set of 9, or second of 3 sets of 9 that she needs to complete.
as we approach the 8-minute mark.
Now, one thing about these parallel bars, Sean, is traditional parallel bars you may see in a gymnastics gym or even in competition, those are typically made of a wood. These are made of a plastic. You see Cara, she's starting to wipe her wrists on her shorts because you get a sweaty hand on a plastic bar. That is a very treacherous position to be in, as opposed to, say, a wood bar that you can tack up with chalk.
Carolyn Prevost starting to creep up here. She's the other collegiate hockey player in this heat and has won 11 national championships in 4 different sports. 2 of them came right here in Madison. She was a member of the University of Wisconsin women's hockey team. And on 2011, November 18th and 19th, she became the 17th player in program history to record 100 career points. Cara Saunders is working through her final set of 9 squat cleans, now getting hit with a no rep, and just takes a look at her judge to get clarification and continues to work.
And that's usually what we'll see, and we actually saw this in the complex and semifinals for that strength test. Standing up all the way with the bar before you bring that bar back down. Judges are much more keyed in on that, especially after semis.
Saunders has 9 dips remaining. Emma McQuaid has the top time of 10:42.96 seconds. So Saunders has plenty of time to track that down. Now Elisa Fuliano has moved into 2nd ahead of Carolyn Prevost. Brooke Wells in 4th, and Paige Zemenza back in 5th.
Cara's got to be careful, make sure he clears that red tape before she starts her dips.
3 remain for Saunders. 15th place overall coming into this event. Still plenty of events remain, but she would love to get herself inside the top 10 to close out day number 1. Saunders, final 3 reps, and Cara Saunders takes heat 3. 10:31.72 seconds. Elisa Fuliano now with 9 dips remaining and a little more than a minute in which to complete them. Carolyn Prevost on the left side of your screen, starting her final set of 9. Less than a minute to go.
Fuliano on the right just got hit with a no rep.
The final 3 reps for Fuliano.
And she had to work, not only did she have to do an extra rep, but she had to work extra for that last lockout.
Prevost got a no rep and hopped down, so she's got to start the traverse again to close out this last set of 3. She has 1 rep remaining right here. There goes Fuliano on the right side. Prevost's got to get to the end of the bars here and complete her reps. Fuliano is done, and she's going to sneak in inside that 12-minute time cap. Prevost may have gotten there. It doesn't look like Prevost was able to get her timing chip across the finish line in time, but she, Paige Zemenza, and Brooke Wells look like they all got their final set of 9 dips done, but just not across the finish line. But Cara Saunders is your new event leader with 1 heat remaining at 10:31.72 seconds.
Just smooth from start to finish and really just pushed yourself to the brink towards the end. And that's what you want to see when you come down to these final few dips. You want that last one you do, the last one you could possibly have left in the tank just to max